Merry Christmas. I was thinking of doing a video called 10 Things I Absolutely Hate About Christmas. Then I sort of thought about it and realised there weren't really 10 things I absolutely hate about Christmas. It's great. So it's changed to one thing I absolutely hate about Christmas this year and 9 things that I mildly dislike. The thing I hate about Christmas this year is, of course, that we're not getting to see our family and friends. I'm in tier 4, so I can't go back to my parents for Christmas. We're obviously not going to the Romanian mountains for New Year's like we do every other year. There's no sort of meet up with friends for a Christmas lunch and then an extended drinking session over the course of the afternoon. That's all gone and that's all rubbish, and I hate that. But enough of that. Let's get on with the minor quibbles. Nine things I mildly dislike about Christmas. I know she's the Queen of Christmas. I know this song is an all-time Christmas classic. But I'm sorry, I mildly dislike All I Want for Christmas by Mariah Carey. And I'll tell you why. 2 years ago, I made a programme for Channel 5 called Christmas with Mariah. A whole hour about why Mariah Carey loves Christmas. And it was not a particularly pleasant experience making that show. It was quite a difficult show to make. She wasn't involved. It was nothing to do with her. I have no grudge against Mimi, but whenever I hear that song around Christmas, the horrors come back into me, and that show will never go away. It's actually on the TV now as we record this on Channel 5 Star. I'd actually hate this song rather than mildly dislike it if it weren't for one fantastic fact which I discovered when I was making the show. And that is that Mariah Carey every year goes to Aspen for Christmas. That's what she likes to do, to where it's nice and wintry and snowy. And every year on Christmas Eve, she goes for an actual sleigh ride. And when she gets on the sleigh, and it's a private sleigh ride, she brings a big sort of boom box or something with her, and in goes a cassette, probably, of the instrumental of All I Want for Christmas Is You. And as the sleigh ride zooms around the Aspen slopes, Mariah Carey belts out her own song, karaoke style, on the sled. And that's all right. So I don't hate it. I don't hate her at all. But I do mildly dislike that song. Have you ever read the Adrian Mole books by Sue Townsend? I used to read those a lot, well, the first 2 of them, a lot when I was a kid, over and over again. I could probably recite whole passages from it. There's one bit in there where it's Christmas Day and Adrian's about 16 and he's shaving on Christmas morning. And he writes something like how Christmas just isn't the same as when he was a kid anymore. He seems to have just shaving, just think, oh, it's just like another day. And I always thought, that's such a fantastic observation, that, because as you grow up, there are amazing things about Christmas that are different from when you were a kid, you know, drinking, parties, drinking at parties, all that kind of stuff. But that magic that you used to get when you were a child, that incredible anticipation, that month-long build-up, that just excitement that would build in your stomach for the whole month. You'd be at school and everyone would be talking about Christmas and you'd be writing letters to Santa and all of that. It's never quite the same. You can live vicariously through your own kids as you get older if you have them, but it's never quite the same. And I mildly dislike the fact that once that feeling is gone, it's never coming back. When I was a kid, Christmas jumpers were the sort of awful gift that your auntie gave you on Christmas Day, and you'd have to put it on to show it fitted, and then you'd have to wear it for the rest of the day to show how much you loved it. They were terrible things to be never worn again. And I didn't really like them then. But somewhere along the line, Christmas jumpers have had a sort of, they've reinvented themselves, haven't they? It's this fun thing that we can all do together. We can have Christmas jumper days at school or at work, raise money for charity, all wearing silly jumpers together. I mean, this is my QPR Christmas jumper. This is just about bearable, right? Otherwise, and I'm sorry about this, I mildly dislike the entire concept of Christmas jumpers, and I wish it would just go away. For many people, a big part of Christmas will be settling down with the family to watch old Del Boy and Rodney on Only Fools and Horses. I used to be one of those people. It was great. And it felt like, especially the Christmas specials, felt like a sort of shared national experience, didn't it? And then one year I remember watching it and I just thought, I can't bear this anymore. Do you remember in Roald Dahl's Matilda where Bruce Bogtrotter ate that entire massive chocolate fudge cake all by himself? I felt a bit like how he must have felt having completed the cake. I know it's great. I know people love it. I know they're all national treasures. But it's just not for me. In fact, I mildly dislike it. Now, I don't want this to come across as some kind of bad observational comedy, but that is how it's going to come across. What is the deal with advent calendars? Now, this is quite a nice one. Montezuma's Extraordinary Chocolate, given to me by my wife. I've enjoyed this very much. But why are there only 24 windows on an advent calendar? Why is it that when I've spent 24 days prizing open these windows after I found the number, because it's not done numerically to help you out, it's all randomised for no good reason, and then I've stuck my thumb behind and struggled to get the chocolate out, like, you know, making myself look like some kind of weird chocolate addict just to get a little bit of chocolate. Why is it that once I've run that marathon over the course of an entire month, I'm not rewarded on Christmas Day? Why do advent calendars not have a nice little box at the bottom with a really big chocolate in for Christmas Day? You know, as a reward. I don't understand it. In fact, I mildly dislike advent calendars. It's Christmas Day and we've just done our Christmas crackers. I have no problem at all with Christmas crackers. Look what I got, a little wind-up Santa. Very happy with that. But what I mildly dislike are these, the paper hats. They're not comfortable. I don't understand why we still get them in crackers. We've moved on in other ways. We have better jokes, we have better toys, but we still have these things. They're not comfortable. They're a little bit itchy. They feel like forced fun to me. It's like, put this on, you'll have fun. It makes me think of everyone around the table. Come on, if we all put these hats on, it's going to be fun. We can have fun without wearing these hats. But I'll tell you the thing that I particularly mildly dislike is what happens if you try and take one off during the meal. Listen to this.
Oh, put it back on, put it back, put it back.
Put it back on.
One of the things I love about my parents is that they never made us watch the Queen's speech. I've heard of families who aren't allowed to open their presents until after Elizabeth has spoken. I mean, can you imagine that? You're sitting there on your settee, staring at all these presents for hours. You've been up since 5 or 6 in the morning, maybe earlier, but you can't rip them open until after she's said her piece. I mean, you'd grow up hating the old woman, wouldn't you? Now, I don't hate the Queen. I've never even met her. But I do mildly dislike her intrusion on Christmas Day. Give it a rest, mate. We're trying to enjoy Christmas here. We can't this year, but normally, straight after Christmas, we head to Romania to spend New Year's with our friends and family over there. And one of the major things about Romania at Christmas are the incredible Christmas lights that big towns, small towns, villages put up everywhere. It is absolutely unbelievable the amount of lights they put up. You know, every single surface in town are just covered with lights. It's absolutely amazing. I mean, environmentally speaking, it's probably not the best thing in the world, but it does look magical. Here's the Christmas lights that we've got where I live, in London. I mildly dislike that. My final one is mince pies. I'm not a monster, I love mince pies, of course. What I mildly dislike is the evolution of the mince pie. Here's a brand new mince pie here. Here's what a mince pie should look like. Fully covered over with delicious pastry. This one, I should be careful because it's made by our very good friend Sweet Carolina, who we love dearly, has got a star on it. And that's what you sometimes now get in modern day mince pies. It's the evolution of the mince pie for you. And I feel like, although it shows that it is suitably deeply filled with the mince, you're missing the pastry. I mildly dislike that. I suppose we better have the taste test. Oh my god. That might be the best mince pie I've ever had. Okay, maybe I was wrong about that one.